the one thing I noticed that he was talking about a 50-50 shared sacrifice, and I tend to disagree with that. I think more of the burden is being placed on our constituents, whether it's a tax increase from the state or a tax increase from the school district. It's still a tax increase to our citizens. So we've got to work through that more. A lot of the savings were from vacant positions and money that really doesn't exist going into farmland preservation or open space.
What I do appreciate is that it's a shared sacrifice budget. He's asking us, he talks about 50% cuts and 50% increases in terms of revenues. And I think so that's a balance, if you will. He's not expecting it all to be just cutting, but raising revenue to help balance the budget. I like the fact that he recognizes the importance of continuing to do things for educating children. At the same time, he also talked about the need to protect the people who are guards in our prison. And so he has a proposal to increase the starting salary and overtime and to make it a more attractive career to go into. And I like the fact that he, in one way of doing it, they talked about the 50% sacrifice, 50% increase. He's talking about raising funds on the higher level income people so they can pay more of their fair share in terms of state income tax. So I think that's good. The other part he's talking about is that because it's shared, state employees will now have to pay more towards their health coverage, but we have a very, very rich plan, and I think if you look at the general public, there's always a perception that state employees have a great benefit plan. Normally we do this because our salaries are lower, but in a time of shared sacrifice, we too will have to take a hit in terms of how much more we pay for health coverage.
And the fact that we're talking about the cost drivers is incredibly important. So I was very, very glad to hear that. And I think his overall point, which is absolutely valid, is everything has to be about the economy. And if Delaware's economy, which I would argue is one of the worst in the country, if we can turn this economy around, then all of these issues will solve themselves. Prosperity solves all of these problems.
I thought it was very thoughtful and very thought out. I believe the governor is really trying to do his best in a very tough situation. For the last couple of years, we have taken 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. Obviously, with the announcement of DuPont merging with Dow Chemical and the loss of 1,100 jobs, and then Claymont Steel, the plant there closing down, Ezra, and then with the Chemours plant and Edgemoor closing down, and obviously stemming back. Again, it's we take a couple steps forward and a step back. So the governor is in a very tough situation, and the legislature is now in a tough situation, and we have to make hard decisions. I think the governor was spot on when he said we have to make tough decisions. And as a negotiator and being in a legislature for a while, when everybody walks away not happy, then you probably have a good piece of legislation. So while I haven't dove completely into the budget, 100%, what I have heard and the opportunities we've had to speak with the cabinet members, I do feel that so far it's a balance approach.